So, hello everybody. Good morning. I hope it is sunny where you are. It is very sunny where I am in Brighton, which is nice because we're not getting much summer in England. And welcome to this webinar on emotional alchemy, which really is one of the best techniques that I have discovered this year for myself, and it's really shifting my life, in particular my auric vibration, and that's why I feel called to share it with as many people as possible. It was given to me by my guides in a meditation when I was connecting to the earth. It really is the transformational energy of the earth, alchemy. All of the elements have transformational aspects to them and transformational techniques that we can use in them. And I am not discrediting any of the other transformational techniques. I am a total fire worker. I hold fire ceremonies. I believe in the epic power of fire. But this technique really is so powerful for personal use, for in the moment use, for when you're feeling particularly emotional. It's a very divine feminine way of transforming, which is much more gentle. It's much more patient than the way that fire, for example, transforms. And it's really beautiful, and I hope that it helps you. For those of you that have not met me before, my name is Katie, and I'm really excited to be in Cosmic Circle with you this morning. It would be great if at any point you want to use the chat box and either just say hello, let me know you can hear, throw in any questions or anything that you have, just so that I know you're listening. And I really love it when my webinars are interactive, because they're a co-creational process with me and with you. And so the more that you can use the chat box, the more that you can bring in, the more we can steer this process towards helping those of you that are listening live specifically. And I always put up a kind of intention with these webinars that whoever's listening in the future, everything that is said, everything that is asked by the people that are live also helps them. And so we're going to open this webinar just by connecting to each other, connecting to ourselves. If you haven't already, make sure your phone is off. Give yourself this space. It is a healing journey. It's a very powerful healing journey. And so really take the space for yourself. And now when you're ready, closing your eyes, feeling the muscles relax around your eyes. And breathing in love. And breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love. And breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. And saying out loud, I call light to myself now. And feeling a column of brilliant white, golden, sparkling light pouring down from the center of the universe, 22 feet in diameter, pouring down into your energy field, instantly raising your vibration and traveling down through the different layers of the earth, down into the iron core crystal in the center of the earth. And really giving yourself the space to feel this light rushing through all of your energy field, holding you in alignment with all that is above and all that is below. And allowing yourself to settle into that feeling of being held, being safe. As you settle in, feeling your auric field stretching, expanding into this light. You have 22 feet in all directions around you, so let your aura move to whatever size you want it to be. And just feeling your auric field being sealed in its own protective light, from top to bottom, wrapped in a ribbon of love and light, so that you know only love and light can enter your vibration, can enter your space. And as you feel safe, let that safety run down your spine and nestle into your root chakra. Let your heart open to that safety. And let your heart flood with love. And as you feel this flooding of love, open your heart to those other people that have been called to this webinar. To the men and women who are listening now and in the future. So that you feel you are in heart circle with them. You are sharing this process, this journey with each other. And just send all of them love. And feel the love bouncing off the hearts of those that are living, listening and living, and bouncing back around the circle, bouncing back into your heart. So there's this real sensation of love moving between you. And breathe in love. And breathe out gratitude. As you open your heart to this webinar, trusting that you will receive all you are meant to receive, that you will release all you are meant to release, that you will learn all that you are meant to learn. And before you open your eyes, just take a moment to be present with yourself, to invite all of yourself to be in this circle with you. And I've pulled a card for our collective circle, and the card is balance. So if any part of you is feeling out of balance, just welcome it to be in balance. Create space for it, mentally, emotionally, energetically, to be in balance. Allow the light that is pouring through you to guide all parts that are out of balance back into alignment. And just breathe. And when you are ready, ask your heart, why am I here? Why was I called to listen to this webinar? And just let the answer flow into your heart. And breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, open your eyes and come into space. And if any of you feel called to type into the chat box about how that opening meditation made you feel, I would love to hear from you. I can feel you all feeling very buzzy this morning, but I would love to hear from you in the chat box as well. And so this webinar is partly practical and it is partly informational, because the concept of emotional alchemy is really important to understand from a left brain perspective, I feel, as well as having the experiential, spiritual perspective of it. I feel it deepens your spiritual experience if you have an emotional perspective. So this is a really good time to understand and just listen and ask questions. Thank you, Zoe. She's saying happy, grounded and calm. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Zoe. Lovely to hear from you. And so just to give you a bit of a left brain perspective, emotions are really our compass. They let us know very clearly whether something is right for us, something is wrong for us, whether we feel safe, whether we don't, whether we're in alignment with our path, with our purpose, with our dharma. They are really the compass for knowing our lives. And if you just take a moment to think about your life, if you didn't feel any emotion, how on earth would you know what to do? I mean, emotions really, really tell you whether you're doing the right thing or not. And Linda is saying, is there something wrong? I don't know, Linda, can you hear okay? Just type into the chat box, because I don't understand your question, sorry. And yeah, so emotions really are they're our compass. They're our driving. They're how we know if we're in the right gear, essentially. If you think of driving, when you're in the wrong gear, the car really gets emotional and lets you know that you're in the wrong gear. So you put it into the right gear. And really that's how we should use emotions in our life. Unfortunately, when we're children, we're not given any emotional education, and so we don't know how to respond to them as indicators as a compass, and we can get very overwhelmed by them, because if we don't listen to them, they come back bigger and they get louder because they're trying to speak to us. And if we ignore them, they start shouting at us. And when people get those really strong emotional outbursts, it's usually something that has been building up over time. And so emotions are a really amazing compass for us. And one of the ways in which they can be a really, really good compass for us is they allow us to find our belief systems, because our emotions will always be wrapped around belief systems. And I am personally super big on belief system work. I have done a lot of work on belief systems in my own life, and I have really seen the absolute amazing consequences of getting rid of belief systems that do not serve me. And so, just to give you my personal perspective on belief systems, we have truth, and truth is the laws of the universe. So the big truths that run through all of the universe: that we are abundant, that we are love, that we are spiritual, that we can manifest anything we want. These are the big kind of laws of the universe, of truth. And then we have our belief systems, which are the truths that the lives that we have created for ourselves. So these truths come from society, they come from media, they come from our parents, they come from the people around us, and they are they're not so true truths, if that makes sense. And belief systems, they're things we believe, and the problem with the belief is that you are forever having to prove it. And so if you think about it, you are a master manifester. Every single human being on the planet is only here because they are a master manifester. Their souls have reached the point where they can manifest. And so you're manifesting everything in your life. And the things that are uncomfortable in your life or not making you happy in your life, the areas of your life that don't feel emotionally good to you, they are being manifested by belief systems that maybe no longer serve you. They might have served you for a period, but they no longer serve you, which is why you are feeling unhappy, frustrated, angry, upset, disappointed, all of those emotions that are indicators that something is wrong. And as I said, belief systems have to be proved, and so you will keep proving them until you clear the belief system. And the belief system isn't true. It can feel very true because you are proving it to yourself time and time again. And the interesting thing about belief systems is they can hang out deep in your subconscious. So as I've done work on my own belief systems, I've been really shocked at some of the belief systems that I have, that I really in my mental mind didn't think I had. But when you get to one, you kind of almost get a shock. You're like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I believe that. I'll give you an example of one. So my dad has his own business, and as you can see, I have my own business. My dad has always been very pro kind of small business and anti-corporate and all of that kind of thing, which I agree with. It's a really good thing to be. but he's also blocked the growth of his own business, which could do more good for more people if he didn't have this idea that if his business got too big, it would become something bad. And I'd absorbed that belief system from my dad as a child, and was really kind of trying to grow my business in my head, but really blocking the growth of Starlight in my actions, through my subconscious, having a not very nice website, not allowing it to go, because I had this terrible fear that if I let it grow, it was going to become corporate and going to become this kind of evil thing. And the thing is my business is about helping people. It's only going to become a bad thing if I choose to let it become a bad thing. And so, but growing it is never going to make it a bad thing, because it'll mean that it reaches more people. And so when I got to that belief system, I was actually able to change a lot of the things I was subconsciously and sometimes consciously doing, and more doors opened. My manifestations for what I actually wanted started working better. And this is why belief system work is so powerful, because essentially your belief systems will be doing a lot of your manifesting for you, especially your subconscious manifesting. So it's really, really powerful to find your belief systems and find out what they are, and look at them and clear them, and create more space for what you actually want to manifest. And it's a really noble service to do that, because we really, the planet, the human race, really needs us to be able to manifest a new way of being. We are hurting the planet. More importantly, because the planet is going to be fine, we are hurting each other and hurting ourselves. And so we need to manifest new ways of being, and we're only going to do that if we clear out the old collective belief systems that we are carrying. And your emotions, as I said, will always be wrapped around belief systems. And so all you need to do to find out what's right in your life and what's wrong in your life is feel into your life. So if you close your eyes and just take a moment to think about your life, what's going well, what's making you feel happy, elated, excited, free. And that area of your life, that's good. Your belief systems are in alignment with the big universal laws of truth. And now think of an area of your life that doesn't feel so good. And as you think of that area, just ask, what is the emotion that's there? So if the area is abundance, what is the emotion that's coming up? Is it frustration? Is it anger? Is it guilt? If the area is a relationship, what is the emotion that is coming up when you think about this area that doesn't seem so in flow? And if you feel called to, you can open your eyes and just type whatever's coming up for you into the chat box. If you don't, it's totally okay to be private. And there's always a little bit of a delay on these webinars, so whatever feels right for you. And as you're bringing the emotion up, connect to the light again, this light that's still holding you in our circle. And in this light, connect to your aura. And just feel where that emotion is. Thank you. Renata saying she's got frustration. And if you'd be so kind, Renata, you don't have to go into great detail, but just put in what the frustration is about, if you don't mind. If it's about abundance, health, whatever practical life thing it is about. And just feel where that emotion is in your energy body, because the emotion will have a vibration in your energy body or your physical body. Thank you. It's relationships with suns. Okay, brilliant. So if you connect to that relationship, and if Renata, for you, it's the relationship with your sons, everybody else, it's the relationship with that area of your life. And really think about it, really welcome it to the party now, welcome it to the healing session. And as you're connecting into it, into the thoughts you have around it, into the images you have connected to it, into the feelings, there's often more than one feeling around family stuff and big stuff. Just notice where the block is. Like, notice where this emotion is in your energy field. It might be in front of you, it might be in your physical body, it might be behind you, it might be on top of you, it might be hanging out on your shoulders. Just tune in to where it is. And just be with it. Witness it. There's such a huge transformational power that happens just simply by witnessing. So just be the observer of it for this moment. Remember, you're being held by the light. You're being held by the energy of the guides supporting this session. So just be with it. And open your heart to it. And just ask, what do I believe that is creating this? What belief system is manifesting this? And let the answer come. Just let the answer come. And belief systems can be really simple things. They can be really personal things. You know, for example, when it's relationships with other people, often we believe that they don't like us. Even when they're family, you know, we have a moment in a timeline where we believe that somebody doesn't like us or somebody feels angry with us, and we just play up to that continuously, and it turns into a cycle where we play up to that, they then respond to that, and you're just cycling through it. If it's one of the most common belief systems around abundance is so many people have money is the root of all evil somewhere in their subconscious. And so even when they have money, they give it away. They get rid of it as quickly as possible. So just let the answer come to you. Ask your higher self to show you the belief system. Maybe there's more than one. And if you don't have a concept for the belief system, then just let the emotion clear, because often if we can't find the belief system, we can clear it anyway by clearing the emotion. So in the next journey that we do, just invite the emotion in if you can't find the belief system at this stage. Everything works in spirals, so you will eventually get to it the more you work on it. And at the moment, we're not clearing anything. We're just sitting with it. We're just acknowledging it. And in fact, we're going to bring up more of it. And so when you're ready, invite it to be there. Invite it to be present. You know, nobody, including your own emotions, likes not being listened to. And so by inviting your emotions / belief systems to be there, you're giving them permission to be listened to, and that already starts a catalyst. That already starts a shift. And when you're ready, open your eyes. If you notice how you feel, you might not feel 100% light and happy at the moment. That's a good thing. You got to bring the baggage to the party with this kind of work. So invite it all there. If you have any questions, if you have anything to say, anything to share, do type it in to the chat box. And I'm going to talk about why alchemy and the process of alchemy transformation is so powerful. So alchemy, as I said, is the transformational energy of the earth. If you think about it, the earth takes everything that is not of service on the surface, it falls to the earth, it is absorbed by the earth, and the earth takes it and transmutes it into life, into plant food, into rebirth. It is alchemy is the process of turning things into gold. It's turning things back into a pure energy that can then become life energy. And the reason that transforming with alchemy was such a breakthrough for me was I was suddenly able to recognize the absolutely beautiful energy potential in everything I was struggling with. Because suddenly I was seeing all of these blocks and frustrations and emotions as stored energy, as energy that I could harness, as energy that I could use to make something more beautiful, to make something better, to make something brighter, to make something healthier in my own energy field and therefore in my life. And this recognizing of the energy potential of everything it's an act of self-love. It's also in alignment with the cycle of the earth, and it's in alignment with this divine feminine energy that is really feeling called to work at the moment, to work through us, to work with us. And it's so powerful. My whole aura has shifted since I've started applying this technique to my own vibrational state. And the thing about alchemy is it is a slower process. It's not like doing violet flame healing or fire healing, which totally has its place. It is about really witnessing, allowing, letting something unlock into its energy potential, and then deciding what that energy potential is going to become and what it's going to be used for. And so we are going to bring this alchemy healing energy of the earth up into our aura, into this thing that you have identified in this moment for this webinar. But of course you can keep applying it, and actually the best times to apply it are when you're feeling really overwhelmed and the emotion is really coming up big for you. And so, and if you've identified a belief system, you can also bring it into that. But as I said, because alchemy works very much with kind of emotion, because it's female, you don't even necessarily need to find what the belief system is in your mind, and it will still clear it. So if you close your eyes and just relax, feeling this light that is holding you, feeling yourself present with this energy, this emotional energy, the structure of the energy, really noticing it as a structure. When we experience things as a structure, we kind of detach from the story of them. And if you do have a story coming up, which will be telling you your belief system as well, but if it's bringing up a victim story or a story that is bringing up more of the emotions, that's really good. So welcome it, and don't fall into the story, but listen to the story so that you can hear what the belief system is that this emotion is showing you. And just be with it, whether it's structure or story or feeling, just be with it. And tuning in to your auric field and the bottom of your aura. And the bottom of your aura, your Earth Star chakra, is always in the earth, never ever leaves the earth. Even if you're on a plane, that chakra is at least 6 feet into the earth. And so just feel that chakra that only knows the earth, that only knows the silver light of Gaia. And feel this huge silver chakra in your energy body, at the very bottom of your aura. Just noticing your attention, and feel it spinning, awake now, stirring, awake now. And as this silver chakra begins to open, feel your aura just being flooded with the love of Mother Gaia, of Mother Earth. Feeling your aura flooding with the light of the Great Mother. And as you feel her love come into your heart and your energy field, ask her to send her alchemy energy up. And your wish is your command, so you feel this silver, swirling earth magic coming up into your auric field. All of this magnetism energy that wants to absorb, that wants to receive the stored energy in this emotional block, in this belief system block, in this story block. And you feel it coming up into this block wherever it is in your body, in your aura, and you welcome it into the block. Just welcome it in. And as the silver light shines onto the block in your aura, you feel it just starting to honor the energy that is stored here. And you take a moment to honor the energy that is here. How much energy have you spent in maintaining this belief system, in maintaining this emotion? How much energy does frustration have? You feel all of this stored energy begin to sparkle with this silver light. And you invite the wholeness of this stored energy. So the wholeness of the story, the wholeness of the belief system, the wholeness of the emotion, the wholeness of the structure that you have been holding on to. You really feel that energetic potential. And if you like, you can say, I clear, cancel, delete all of the story. And just feel the white light going through the story, going through the belief system. And as the white light clears the story, there is more energetic potential coming up now. It's really an experience of your power, of your own energy potential. And this silver light begins to convert it back into its neutrality, into its energy, into its pure energetic form, and really welcome that light. Wherever it is in your aura or your body, just welcome this light to convert it. Start to notice what is happening to your aura, to your vibration, as you are unlocking the energetic neutrality power of this emotion. And as Gaia's energy alchemizes this emotion, just notice what happens to the movement of it. Maybe it explodes. Maybe it bursts into light. Maybe it bursts into stars. Just see what happens. And you will start to feel your aura being energized by this thing that was locked and is now released. And Gaia's energy is just converting any parts of it that were dark into light. Any parts of it that were cold into heat. Any parts of it that were rotten back into life, and just let that process happen. Be the witness of that process. And as this energy purifies itself simply through Gaia's recognition of its purity, of its potential, and yours. It bursts into light and colours and love. And now you've got all of this new energy in your aura, in your vibration. And as a master manifestor, it's really up to you what you do with it. It's just in pure source state at the moment. So what flower do you want it to become? Maybe you want to use it for manifesting a new relationship state, a new vibrational state. Maybe you just want to keep it as love or light or pure source energy. Maybe you feel there's still some healing to do on this issue, in which case I always recommend that you find the highest possible vibrational version of what that emotion was. And these are personal to you. I will email you a list about it, but you can, for example, anger can become passion, worry can become wonder, fear can become excitement. So you're essentially holding the same vibrational frequency, but on a much, much higher level. The same vibrational pattern. Anger and passion hold a very similar vibrational pattern. They are essentially the same chords, if you think of them in terms of music, but passion is a much more melodic and beautiful piece of music than anger is, but they belong to the same family. So you can, if you feel like there's still work you want to do on the issue, it's really, really good technique is to just convert it, this energy, into the highest possible vibrational movement of that family. If you're completely lost as to what to convert it to, just let it be love and light or color or peace. Peace is so important for us all to be holding at this time. And like I said, I will send you a list of the most common emotions and what their kind of higher alternatives are after this webinar. And really let the light break into your aura now. Let the colours and star systems explode from this energy. And notice if the vibration of your aura feels different. I promise you that if you do this a lot, your whole aura will change. There'll be so much more light, so many more colours. Feel like your aura is a universal energy potential, and your energy levels will change as well. That's the biggest thing that's happened to me. I have so much more energy. And when you feel the process is complete, send love to Mother Gaia and feel her silver energy spiraling out through your aura, down into your Earth Star portal chakra at the bottom of your aura. And it really just soaks through your aura, taking with it any energy that you no longer need, any stale energy, any residue energy. The beautiful thing about this process is it's good for the earth. Our emotional energy, just like our body waste, our emotional waste is good for the earth. It is plant food. The earth wants it. You know, Gaia is the best recycler. She doesn't waste anything. And so she can make use of any old stuff, any stale stuff, any stuff you don't need. So just let her have it. Let her take it into the earth. Just as manure is plant food, your emotional manure is spiritual plant food. And just feel all of that being drained out of your aura, going into the earth, and giving you life and energy to the earth. So you send your love and gratitude down to Gaia. Love and gratitude down to Gaia. And when her energy leaves your aura, just notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels, how your aura feels. Maybe you let a golden rain shower of source light come through and just balance your aura. Balance your body. Experiencing the sacred union of all that is above and all that is below. And when you're ready, opening your eye and coming into space. And I would love to hear from anybody that feels called about how that process was, how they're feeling now. And the great thing about this technique is you can do it on the tube, in the office, on the train. You can do it anywhere because the earth is always under your feet. Mother will always hear your call. And like I said, I have never, ever, ever witnessed my aura transform so quickly as with this technique. And I've only been doing it for about a month, and I have so much more energy and light and clarity in my aura and beauty in my aura. It's really, really incredible for aura transformation. And it's so incredible for life transformation, because when you recognize the energy potential, even in the most traumatic parts of your life, you kind of welcome it, because you're just like, wow, this is going to be really good for my aura and for nurturing my aura. And so it's just such a powerful technique. You can, of course, do it for the collective. So when we see stuff in the media, because we're seeing it, it does belong partly to us, because it belongs to a part of us that is holding it for the collective. And there is a lot of collective consciousness coming up now, really. Like, there is fascism consciousness, poverty consciousness, war consciousness, and you can clear it for the collective using this technique as well. And so, especially if you get very upset about a media thing, I feel alchemy is really a big part of the divine feminine rising at the moment. And, you know, it really is an exciting time for the divine feminine in men and in women. We have this incredible movement towards the divine feminine, energetically and indeed politically and in the corporate world. And one of the most interesting things that's happened is this year the church has recognized Mary Magdalene as an equal. And I feel that Mary Magdalene's story is the collective story of the divine feminine for the last 2,000 years, because she wasn't equal. She was the female to Christ and Christ consciousness, and then was totally suppressed, persecuted, accused, repressed by the Bible, by the church, and that really is such a mirror of what has happened to women. and now she's being recognized. And so her energy is so important to connect to at the moment, because her story is the collective story of the divine feminine. And it's her feast day on Friday. I am running a special webinar course, webinar and online, so you get meditations and emailed ceremonies and videos and webinars, to help you engage with this archetype, to help you explore this archetype. She's also an alchemist, and so the journey is a real powerful alchemy journey of self, and ceremony is such a powerful way to receive alchemy. And so I'm running this course. It's an at-home course. If any of you are called, it's for men and for women. I would really love to have your beautiful energies on. I think this course is so important, and so I'm running a half price offer. It's normally £44 for anybody listening to this webinar, £22. It's only running today, so I've put the button up. You just click book now, and it will open in another page. You'll still be able to stay on the webinar. So if you're called to that, I would, if you feel the call to it, really, Mary Magdalene's energy is amazing. It's this rose golden alchemy energy, and exploring her archetype just unlocks so much of the parts of yourself that you have suppressed, the parts of your power that you have locked away. And it's going to be a really, really empowering, beautiful journey through alchemy, where we will go into this alchemy work much more deeply. I also have a all women's journey to Glastonbury, which I'm really excited about. There's some amazing goddess women coming, and it's for the new moon, and it's really about exploring the divine feminine and unleashing our own goddess in the magical, amazing site of Glastonbury. So if you go to my website under retreats and journeys, that is there. There will be lots more webinars from Starlight Meditation. I love being able to reach people in this way. I think it's really an act of oneness that we have the internet and can come into circle wherever we are in the world. It's quite beautiful. So I would love to hear from you if any of you do feel to share. I know it's quite an intense process, so if you want to contact me later, that is also fine. And let's just close our journey together now. I've pulled another card, and it's peace, which is perfect. So let's close on peace. So closing your eyes, and breathing in love, and breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Someone saying they're having a tearful release. That's so good. Tears when done in ceremony, in circle, are always so healing. The salt in your eyes, the salt water is clearing for you. So just let yourself cry if any of you are feeling emotional. It's a really good sign. And so closing your eyes, and letting the tears fall from closed eyes if you need to. And feeling your aura, feeling the light in your aura, this new energy, this energetic potential in your aura, and feeling it convert into peace, to the vibration of peace. This dancing energy that can become anything, choosing to let it dance into the movement of peace. And just feel that peace, soothing the place where the emotion was, soothing your aura, soothing your brow, soothing your heart, feeling yourself wrapped in your own peace. Feeling that peace shining down through your Earth Star portal, down into the earth, letting the earth drink that peace. This infinite peace that you can choose to produce, that you can choose to hold and vibrate with. And feeling that peace traveling down through all the different layers of the earth, down into the core of Gaia, so that her heart is soothed with peace. And as she gracefully receives this peace, it bounces back up through all of the layers of the earth, up to all of your brothers and sisters on earth, feeling that peace just shining into all of the media, shining into the collective vibration and wrapping around the earth. I'm breathing in love, I'm breathing out gratitude, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, and just allowing yourself to be. Thank you so much. Love to you all.